Netflix has officially cut ties with Meghan Markle's polarizing lifestyle brand As Ever.
The digital landscape is currently witnessing a high-stakes reputational cratering as Netflix has officially ripped up its brand partnership deal with Meghan Markle's polarizing lifestyle brand As Ever. As of March 2026, the streaming giant has reportedly reached a breaking point with the Duchess of Sussex, following a systematic pattern of professional disappointment that has left executives in a state of unpredicted and unimagined frustration. The mastermind tactics that once secured the Sussexes a multi-million-dollar golden ticket are officially fizzling, with sources claiming the return on investment simply wasn't there. As the unredacted truth of this fallout surfaces, Meghan finds herself in a troubling state of digital paranoia, facing a future where her commercial ambitions are being publicly slammed by the very partners she relied on to build her global empire.
In a fresh blow to the Duchess's ambitions for the company, Kinsey, the streaming service has issued a statement as artificially soothing as Markle's voice on her two-season show with Love Meghan. But there's no other way to spin it, is there? She and Harry have been a massive disappointment for Netflix.
The digital trail of this latest smoking gun begins with a scathing statement from Netflix, which sources describe as artificially soothing but catastrophic in its implications. After 2 seasons of her program with Love Meghan, the streamer has reportedly cut ties not just with the show, but with her entire As Ever product line. Insiders have unsealed the reality that Netflix offices were reportedly sitting around with excess inventory that no one wanted, a move that Kinsey Schofield calls one of the many omens that the relationship was wrapping up. The show, which was intended to be a human masterclass in branding, has instead been labeled a significant disappointment, proving that the nice girl marketing of the industry is no longer enough to silence the demand for actual results. This backfire is being viewed as a character study of malignant darkness within the Sussexes' professional sphere. For years, Meghan has reportedly hijacked the creative process to suit her own wellness and beauty image. But Netflix has finally called out the sneaky and manipulation that failed to translate into viewership. The mastermind Duchess, who once thought she could win the weekend of the streaming world, is now facing a humiliating professional retreat. This isn't just a minor setback. It's a nuclear bomb for her perceived status as a Hollywood power player. The unredacted reality is that the squad of supporters at Netflix has dipped from the drama, leaving Meghan to face the fallout of her own calculated maneuvers. Furthermore, the separation from Netflix comes at a time when Meghan is reportedly annoyed by the selective reporting of her business failures. The receipts show that the great trust she placed in her own marketing martial arts has led to a reputational cratering that no amount of PR pivoting can fix. Critics are noting that her moralized approach to branding has failed because there is nothing original about her. She has tried to borrow the individuality of others, but consistently failed to prove herself unique in a crowded celeb niche. The victory she sought over the British royal family is now looking like a horror film of failing commercial ambitions and dwindling fame. For viewers, the irony is that the dragon of the media didn't bury Meghan. Her own out-of-touch behavior did. By prioritizing perceived status over the work, she has reportedly exhausted the patience of the industry's bosses. The breaking point has been reached, and the unsealed truth of her failing brand is a lesson in the bounds of decency. Before choosing sides, the public is now asking how many times a mastermind can fail before the reputation officially becomes unforgettable. The shameful reality of brand Sussex is that it is fizzling out in the unredacted light of professional failure.
The product line being an extension of With Love Meghan, it makes absolutely no sense to maintain this working relationship. I also reported on my podcast weeks ago that Netflix was eager to get rid of excess As Ever inventory that was sitting around their offices. This was one of many omens that the relationship was wrapping up. Couple's popularity in Australia in 2018 was the catalyst for Harry and Meghan making demands as working members of the royal family. I don't know if you know that. In trying to
True.
step out of William and Catherine's shadow, Meghan started comparing herself to Princess Diana and tried to use this trip as leverage with the late Queen. As of late 2025, Harry and Meghan's popularity in Australia is at an all-time low, following a consistent downward trend over the years. Polling indicates they're among the least popular members of the royal family. Um, I would say reception will be a combination of morbid curiosity with the side of why are they here?
Yeah. Well, technically speaking, it's still our royal family here, but you're right, the mood has changed. I covered that royal visit back in 2018. I believe she was pregnant, but it wasn't widely and publicly known at the time. And of course, that prompted, as you say, all the rumors later, well, the stuff that she was pushing about someone in the royal family, speculating about the skin color of her baby. I expect there'll be a very different level of public access to them this time. Would they be likely to be doing public events with meets and greets of members of the public, do you think, or will this all be very tightly controlled?
It will be tightly controlled. I've seen what I thought was interesting was the announcement included private events, private events. Like wouldn't we just assume that they would want privacy throughout the excursion? But don't forget or don't think for 1 second they won't try to make it look like an official royal engagement. They will want certain photo opportunities where there's an audience clamoring for them so that they can send those pictures to People magazine. But for the most part, I do think that it will be mostly private events and commercial ventures that they're pursuing more so than charity opportunities.
In a move that insiders call a calculated plan for a prominent media appearance, Meghan and Harry are reportedly planning a Rebound tour of Australia in mid-April 2026. However, the reception they are expecting is not heroic. Polling from late 2025 indicates that the couple's popularity in Australia is at an all-time low, with many viewing them as the least popular members of the royal family. What was once a catalyst for their demands as working royals in 2018 has now turned into a bizarre exercise in morbid curiosity. The public is asking, why are they here? And many feel that Australia has suffered enough after the systematic pattern of drama the couple has inflicted on the monarchy. The upcoming trip is being viewed as a desperate attempt to revalidate their royal status for commercial ventures. While their spokesperson emphasizes private events, critics claim this is just a way to tightly control the narrative and create photo opportunities for People magazine. This sneaky and manipulation of their royal status, despite having quit their duties years ago, is being called deranged and disrespectful to the working members like William and Catherine. The masterminds of the Sussex camp reportedly want to make it look like an official engagement, but the reputational cratering they've experienced suggests that the audiences clamoring for them might be a fantasy. Furthermore, the shift in public mood since their 2018 visit is catastrophic. Back then, Meghan was pregnant and glowing, but that trip was later used as leverage against the late Queen in what critics call a hostile takeover of the royal narrative. Now, the unredacted truth of their paranoia and grievance machine mentality is exposed. The nice guy marketing that Harry once relied on has been destroyed by his systematic pattern of attacking his own family. Australians are reportedly annoyed by the implied threats of another selective reporting tour, and the hostile environment for the couple is being fueled by their own shameful past choices. For the industry, this tour is a character study of a couple in retreat. They are attempting to win the weekend in the Southern Hemisphere to distract from their crashing deals in Hollywood. But the unsealed reality of their low popularity suggests that the masterminds are running out of places to hide. The dragon of the press is riding at dawn to document the unforgettable humiliation of their morbid curiosity tour. The victory they are seeking is a nothing burger, and the reputational cratering of brand Sussex is officially global.
Absolutely, because one of the causes this charity championed against was sex trafficking. And it is clear that not just Andrew Mountbatten Windsor engaged with Jeffrey Epstein post incarceration for being a sexual predator, but Beatrice and Eugenie voluntarily did as well, according to that DOJ dump in the Epstein files. The alleged sex trafficker paid for the York daughters and their mother to visit him after he was released from jail. That's not a great look for any charity or royal for that matter.
Yeah, and as you say, one that it focuses on this issue in particular, sex trafficking as a part of its remit.
While Meghan faces trouble with Netflix, the wider royal plural unit is also in a state of panic over the ongoing Epstein files fallout. Princess Eugenie has reportedly stepped down from her role as patron of an anti-slavery charity, a move that insiders say is absolutely tied to her father, Prince Andrew's, relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. According to the unredacted DOJ dump, Epstein reportedly paid for the York daughters to visit him after his incarceration. This horrifying revelation has created a hostile environment for the royal charities, proving that the moralized image of the family is cratering under the weight of institutional bullying and shameful associations. This selective reporting of the York family's involvement has ignited a conversation about accountability within the celeb niche of the monarchy. For a charity that focuses on sex trafficking, having a patron whose family was voluntarily engaged with a sexual predator is a breaking point. The mastermind attempts to contain the scandal have failed, and the unsealed documents have exposed a systematic pattern of malignant associations that no one can market their way out of. This final reckoning for the Yorks is also a warning to the Sussexes. Legacy is not a golden ticket when morality is at stake. The character study of malignant darkness within the Epstein files has destroyed the perceived status of multiple royals. The unforgettable humiliation of being named in the files has led to a reputational cratering that is heartbreaking for the institution. As the bosses of the royal family try to silence the drama, the unredacted reality is that the squad of supporters is fizzling. The victory the Sussexes thought they had over the Yorks is now a horror film for everyone involved. The dragon of justice is unsealing truths that don't give a shit about royal titles. For the public, the shameful association with Epstein is the ultimate smoking gun. It proves that the nice girl and nice guy images of the elite are often a manufactured reality designed to hide the hostile environment behind closed doors. The shift in public perception is catastrophic, and the reputational cratering of the entire plural unit is a result of their own calculated maneuvers. The masterminds are exposed, and the unredacted light of truth is illuminating the malignant reality of their perceived status. In a lighter but equally bizarre moment in the celeb niche, actor Timothée Chalamet has been lambasted for claiming that no one cares about ballet or opera anymore. This out-of-touch comment has triggered a nuclear backfire from the arts community, with fans calling it a shameful display of institutional arrogance from a man who went to art school. Chalamet, who is currently in a bizarre relationship with Kylie Jenner, is reportedly losing viewership and reputation every time he puts his foot in his mouth during an interview. The Kardashian curse is being blamed for his reputational cratering as the mastermind marketing of his indie darling image fizzles out. Critics are noting that Chalamet's selective outrage against the arts is a bizarre villain act for someone who is promoting a movie about ping pong, a topic that no one cares about even more. This character study of a star in panic suggests that his perceived status is crashing as he tries to market himself to a new squad of followers. The unredacted reality is that the more we know about him, the less we love him. His marketing martial arts have failed because he has abandoned the work for the sexiness of a celebrity lifestyle that don't hold weight with his original fans. The shift in public sentiment for Chalamet is a warning to all A-list stars. Authenticity cannot be manufactured. his bizarre media moves are being viewed as sneaky and manipulation of his indie image, and the backfire has ignited a conversation about A-list snobbery. The unsealed reality of his unbelievably rude behavior in interviews is exposed, and the victory he sought in fame is now a horror film of digital paranoia. The nice guy of Little Women is dead, replaced by a mastermind who needs a media trainer or should just keep his mouth closed. Ultimately, the Chalamet blunder and the Meghan Markle Netflix blow serve as a final reckoning for the Celeb niche in 2026. It shows that when you build a career on influence and squad politics, it cannot survive the unredacted reality of out-of-touch behavior. The dragon of the public is riding at dawn to hold the elite accountable, and the receipts are proving that the golden couple and the golden boys are part of a hostile environment of their own making. The victory they sought is a nothing burger, and the reputational cratering is officially unforgettable. The media's selective reporting of the Meghan Markle and Netflix fallout is undergoing a massive shift as the unredacted truth of her failing brand goes viral. Journalists who once praised her mastermind branding are now forced to analyze the sneaky and manipulation that kept her hostile maneuvers hidden for so long. The backfire from the excess inventory and the morbid curiosity tour has ignited a conversation about institutional bullying and failed commercial ambitions that even brand Sussex cannot market their way out of. The reputational cratering of the Sussex elite is officially heartbreaking to its fans, as the receipts prove that the golden couple were part of a hostile environment of their own making. Reports from March 2026 suggest that the final reckoning for Meghan is just beginning, as the public demands answers about why she tried to hijack a royal legacy for commercial gain. The mastermind tactics that kept the squad politics alive are now the very things crushing her reputation. The selective outrage and the unredacted text threads from the past have proven that Meghan was the one leading the witness in her own narrative. The breaking point is the moment she realizes she can no longer market her way back into the good graces of a public that has finally seen the truth. The shift in public perception is the final nail in the coffin for the mastermind era. When your own partners and even the bosses of the streaming world begin to distance themselves from your bizarre villain act of professional failure, the game is over. The selective reporting and the unsealed documents of the past have proven that her dragon tactics were used to silence dissent and hijack a royal brand. Meghan Markle is in a state of trouble, facing a future where she is defined not by her acting, but by the shameful reality of her failed commercial ambitions. The victory she sought has become a horror film of her own making. Ultimately, the unsealed truth of the Netflix fallout serves as a cautionary tale for the celeb niche. It shows that when you build a career on influence and squad politics, it cannot survive the unredacted reality of institutional betrayal. The dragon tactics and the mastermind maneuvers of the Sussexes have led them to a character study of malignant darkness that can no longer be contained. As we face the final fallout, the world is finally seeing that the true source of dysfunction wasn't the royal family, but the plural unit that refused to take any damn accountability for the harm they caused. The nice girl is no longer heroic. She is exposed.